everyone, apples were on sale this week, so we are going to make 3 different things from this. The first is going to be a quote apple cider. I call quote because we're not pressing the apples, so technically it's not a cider. Whatever, it's fine, it's gonna taste delicious. So first thing is I'm gonna get these all washed up, peeled and cored, but we are going to be saving those peels and cores. I'll show you what I mean. Okay, I'm about halfway done. And if you have pieces of skin on your apples, it's fine. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's just a preference thing because I will be using these apples after to make apple butter. So for me, my preference is I don't like skins. Totally up to you. Let's keep going. Okay, so I put about 6 to 8 cups of water in here just so that the apples are covered. I may have to add more later. It is on high currently. And then I'm going to add all of these spices. So cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, a dash of ginger, and some ground cloves. I can't tell you how much I'm putting in here. I'm really sorry. Maybe about a teaspoon, and then work your way up. It's easier to add spices later than it is to take them away. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. Okay, and even though the apples are already pretty sweet, I am going to add some brown sugar as well. I'm just going to give it a light cover like that. Again, I can add more later if I want. It's not that I'm not trying to tell you guys the measurements, I just don't know. I don't do a lot of measuring when I bake or cook. So we're going to put a lid on this. You can stir it if you want, it's not gonna hurt it. And we're gonna come back in a couple hours. With the apple scraps, you can either compost them, you can make apple scrap jelly. I have a recipe I'll repost on apple scrap vinegar, so don't just throw them away. There are a lot of things that you can make with your cores and peels. Okay, it's been about 2 hours and the house smells amazing. Not only that, but we can tell that the water is now starting to look closer to a cider. It's looking delicious. But as I'm stirring this, the apples are still pretty hard. So you can see I'm pushing the apples against this side of the crock pot and they're staying pretty firm. So we're gonna keep letting this cook down until they kind of squish. Okay, and our apple cider is now done. So as I push these apples on the side, you can see they are just squishing into oblivion. And that liquid is what we are going to make, or rather we are going to drink as our cider. So I'm going to personally strain this into a cheesecloth because I'm going to use the apples for apple butter, which we'll see, but you can also leave them as is, put them on things, or you can blend them to make an applesauce. You have plenty of options. Okay, I poured some in a jar so you can see the beautiful color that we got. Now you can absolutely water bath can this if you want. It is not going to last that long in this household, so I'm not worried about it. You can also taste and add any seasonings that you want to this. So if you felt like you added too much nutmeg or you want to add more brown sugar, you can absolutely do that once it's strained. So thanks everyone for following along and making some quote apple cider with me. Come back for a second part to see what I do with the leftover apples. Bye everyone.